There are over 30 weapons in Black Ops 7 Zombies, and today I'm showcasing what is easily the best all-round weapon to use, with comparable damage to the best sniper in the game, making it amazing for high rounds, boss fights, and everything in between. So let's test it across all rarity and PAP levels, and then give you the build code at the end for what is easily the strongest full auto weapon in the game. Alright, so here begins the journey of getting this thing to its max damage. This is the DS10 Mirage, and whilst it doesn't seem like this would be anything overly special, because we know it's an assault rifle, it shoots fully auto. That's a good thing in zombies. It's an all-round good gun in general based on those statistics and sort of characteristics of the gun. This is actually, as mentioned in the intro, the highest DPS in the game for headshot damage, which is actually quite insane in comparison to all the other assault rifles. So let's do tests against this, including its damage at its lowest rarity, and then we'll start working on getting some rarity upgrades and pack-a-punch upgrades. So as standard, non-PAP, loadout rarity, it is doing 147 crit damage, which is pretty good. You know, a few bullets, that's all it needs. But again, that's just standard procedure. You know, nothing overly out the ordinary there. Nothing crazy. I'll show you guys the build code at the end, but the max magazine size we can have is 50 in a mag, which isn't, you know, it's not the biggest by any means. Of course, when we pack a punch it, we're going to get more. But this thing is just so clean as an assault rifle. Like, you can just tell that in other modes like Warzone, please don't send me to Verdansk, this thing is going to dominate because it is just a laser. Like, look, there's literally no skill involved to be able to headshot perfectly. Now, what makes this weapon stand out from all the other assault rifles in the game is this gets a higher headshot bonus when you advance this through the rarities and PAP levels. And with an imbalance like that, as soon as we're going higher and higher up in those rarities and PAP levels, the distance increases ever more in terms of this being the #1 AR to use. Now, there are other weapons in the game that are also incredibly overpowered, and I'll be showcasing all of them here on the channel. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe because I'd hate for you to miss those videos. What makes this special is that it is just an AR like any other and is very easy to use to be able to bring in, go through a game of zombies with, but just so happens to be the most powerful weapon in the game. All right, let's put down a spray here. And we're also going to be testing this, of course, with double tap, Deadshot Daiquiri, and Depth Perception as well, with those augments that are going to increase our damage. And look at that, we've got a rare tool. So boom, we've got this now already up 2 rarity levels, which is really nice. And we are now getting 294, which is pretty good. All right, let's spray again on round 6 and hope that we get some better drops here. PAP level 1 would be beautiful. Let's not do PAP 2 just yet. Don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. And we got nothing. Okay, game. Hang on a minute. We've got an epic ether tool. Now we've got this thing in epic. It's almost legendary rarity already on round 6. This Easter egg is incredible. So we got 441. And again, this is before we add any perks. So 441 crit. We're definitely going to be getting some more crits once we do get some perks. Okay, and there is our PAP 1. Okay, so this is quite a biased test now as we're already at epic rarity. But again, this is without perks. So headshot-wise, 1,470. Which is pretty good. This is without any perks, although there is a potential that the magazine might be bugged. Now we've got it pack-a-punch because we went from 50 to 66, which really isn't that much of a difference. Where's the rest of my ammo tray arc? I've actually been scammed here. What the hell? Okay, well, let's take out the Uber Klaus. You see, it's just a lot of power that this can put down. It's fantastic. There we go. And Uber Class Core is gone. All right, let's get some of this map open now so we can get ourselves some perks because we're going to need them. All right, let's clear the infestation pump. There we go. And then let's get the power on. All right, let's install the Pack-a-Punch. There we go. And then let's go to farm and let's get the power on there. I want our quest to get ourselves triple PAP, double tap, Deadshot Daiquiri. I'm going to go to the farm here because I'm also going to run and grab Depth Perception. Because Depth Perception has a really good augment on it, and I'll go through all the augments at the end to make this gun incredible, may I add. Has a chance for body shots to do double damage. Now, of course, with this assault rifle, you are going to be aiming for the head majority of the time, as that's where your, you know, DPS is going to come from. Your damage per second is going to be the highest if you're shooting zombies in the head. But, you know, sometimes you might miss. There could be a whole horde and you might just miss the head a little bit. So Depth Perception adds body shots doing double damage. So at the moment, it's doing 324. Now, if we go ahead and buy Depth Perception, which feels so weird as the first perk to buy, may I add, now there is a chance that we will do double damage with our body shots. But in fairness, I don't think Depth Perception is too important with this weapon. I definitely think guns like the shotguns, you definitely benefit more. Maybe I should get Jug. Maybe that's kind of important. Let's worry about getting those other perks just a little bit later, maybe. Okay, so there we go. There is Juggernog. Thank you. Oh, double points. Yes, please. Okay, so here we've got one of the more important perks for this weapon to be just nutty. And this is double tap right here in Ashwood. So let's go ahead and get this. And so now our fire rate is going to be stupidly fast with this thing now. Absolutely ridiculous. And there we go. You see we got extra crit damage here. 2,205 now at tier 1 Pack-a-Punch. Now you will always do more damage if you have an ammo mod applied, and in my opinion the best one for this map is Fireworks. Like, it is just undoubtedly incredible if you have it fully researched out and put on some of the crazier augments. So let's test the damage here. So again, we've got 1470, 1474. There we go. Fireworks doing its thing. This makes the fire rate on this just insanely fast. Like, you're just blitzing through. There we go. We are getting some 2000s. So one of our double tap augments is helping us a little bit. So occasionally we will get extra damage. There we go. There's Fireworks doing its thing again. Come on, plants. Provide what we need. We need that 3 PAP level 2 crystal. I know you've got it in you. I know you've got it in you. Okay, and did it deliver? No, PAP 1. Okay, you need to do better. In the meantime, though, let me just quickly put it on my knife, because why not? And look at that PAP camo for Curse. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, but the diner is where we want to be, because we open up here, we get access to Deadshot Daiquiri. That's what we were looking for. Okay, so now we have the augment on, which will give us double headshot damage for the first hit. So there we go. 2940. Hell yeah, brother. With a gun like this, you are going to be just constantly going for the headshots. You're just going to be going for head the whole time. So this is where the augments that we've applied for it to double your damage for the first critical hit landed is definitely going to be useful. So I think you could pair this with something else as well for the moments where you might not always be able to hit them like this, but most of the time you will. Right, let's take out this bear. There we go. He is gone. He's a goner. Okay. I'm going to just pop a hidden power here so we can get this to the highest rarity and test its damage at PAP 1, highest rarity, before we go over to PAP 2 and PAP 3. And again, we still need to get the other perks to really make this as deadly and as highest DPS as it can, because yeah, this is going to be more powerful per second than the snipers in the game, which is crazy. So at the highest rarity, the headshot damage is 4,214. That's not bad. Again, we're still PAP 1. And remember that whatever critical hit numbers you might know from other weapons, like, you know, marksman or sniper rifles that have crazy numbers, we're talking like 20, 30, 40,000 crit damage per hit. The damage per second with those weapons is easily slower than this because it's not fully auto firing bullets. This, on the other hand, is. So again, our headshot is 4,200. Let's now PAP this to PAP level 2. And we're getting 8,428 with our Deadshot Daiquiri. And it's just blitzing, boys. It's blitzing. That fire rate is ridiculous. You could add a rapid fire mod on this as well. Like, just think about that. It's actually crazy. I don't have it on here, but combined with double tap, adding the minor augments to increase the fire rate, you got a deadly weapon here, boys. You got a deadly weapon. And I know what you're thinking. You might be going, oh, but there's other weapons that are better than this. You've got the pistol with that crazy prestige barrel. You've got the Akita shotgun. And don't worry, I've got videos coming out on both of those showcasing the best build. So you need to keep it locked here on the channel. But I think not only is this one of the best guns in the game, period, but it's the fact, again, like I mentioned earlier, it is so easy to use. Like, there is no stress involved. It's not a weird gun. It's not like you have to run a pistol and just kill zombies with your pistol only. This is literally just point at the zombies, shoot them in the head. They're gonna go pop for many rounds. Okay, but I got a gift card, so let's go ahead and get this to Pack-a-Punch level 3. Duality of Blam. Here we go. So that it's max rarity, max Pack-a-Punch level. Again, we still need to get more perks in order to make this as lethal as it can be. The ultimate combo. But let's see. Headshot damage. I'm seeing a lot of numbers. 16,000! Bro, for an AR, for the first hit of an AR. That's really good. That's better than like any LMG. Like, guys, you don't realize how impressive that is. Taking into account our augment that we've got on, that will actually be around 8,000 crit damage. So, you know, that dead again is absolutely carrying to making this even more potent. But that is very high damage for an AR for crit, okay? So the headshot DPS is apparently about 150,000. And then if you're not going for headshots and you're going for body shots, it's going to be about 40,000. So going through here, just like getting a whole horde, how quickly you can damage through him, that's a lot of damage per second. And with Deadshot being that amazing perk that lets you aim for the head anyway, you will blast through zombies. You will absolutely blast through them. Okay, but now we've bought 4 perks, we can now go ahead and use the Wonder Fizz to get a little bit more. So let's definitely get ourselves Quick Revive and Speed Cola. Oh my god, these Ravagers are actually insane when you get to about round 20 onwards. They're so fast, dude. There's so many of them. There we go. There's our lovely max ammo. So in total, we have around 706 rounds of ammo in this, which is kind of random, really. That's a random amount of ammo. I cannot lie to you. But we've got a bear in. So as long as we focus on those spores, how quick can we take this guy out? If we manage to focus on them at the very beginning as the first crit spot, oh, it would have been nuts. Almost coming up to round 25, and I know that this thing is fully Pack-a-Punch highest rarity, so it's still going to be pretty good. And I think I'm going to take this about round 35 to see just how good it can hold its own there. Where I bet, compared to every other weapon in its class, and even including snipers, the damage per second that you're seeing right now is the highest in the game. Oh my god, that Xerxes got just wrecked. And let's pick up the ammo it's dropped. And oh, we got tons of ammo. We should probably get Vulture Aid as well. That'll definitely help us with our ammo situation. There we go. Thank you very much. And I think we should also get Elemental Pop, just so we get our fireworks proccing as often as we can. Oh, hello, Mr. Bear. Oh my god. Let me also buy Wisp Tea so it can look after a zombie for us. All right, round 30. And as you can see, this thing is still absolutely destroying. All right, let's now go into the loadout and show you that build code. So here is my build code for this. It's A05B18N4BYQ11-1. And I love that we have the build code system in here now, because I could just go through all the attachments, but I don't need to, because you can see them if you put in that build code right there. But tons more weapon videos coming very soon, so be sure to subscribe and turn on that bell.